You can access the entire episode now on our website, forbiddenknowledge.news, Rokfin, Rumble, and all podcast platforms. Do you believe that we are indeed trapped in some kind of eternal cosmic computer system that has been programmed or maybe programmed itself? I'm not sure how that would all fall together, but what are your thoughts?
I would say so too. Or I would say so for me. I don't think what we're seeing out there is the real world. Is this reality is this fantasy, as Queen sang. And again, this is something that today is certainly mathematical and scientific. The Gnostics got mocked 2,000 years ago for believing that we lived in some sort of simulation, that what we were seeing out there was not real. And it wasn't just like the Eastern tradition that it was some sort of illusion, but that it was a coded reality around it. It was built to keep us trapped, or part of us trapped, from seeing what was behind the veil. Now, some Gnostics had ideas that it was something nefarious. These archons, these stellar overlords, were doing this to feed off of our divine spark, and so forth. Others said, no, this is just a cosmic gym where we've, where we've forgotten that we had a higher form, and we are just sort of avatars in this cosmic gym trying to get better and optimize our inner self and so forth, play some sort of game. So these days, again, it is no longer something that is mocked in Western culture as it was for centuries. As the Newtonian universe collapses, as materialism collapses, now you have individuals like Elon Musk saying there's, 95% probability we are in a simulation. Even stalwart materialists and scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson says that there is a high probability we live in a simulation. Now, obviously, it's always hard to convey this because we are using the language and mythology of our times. There was a time when the ancient man would use the idea of the breath and flying up through the levels of this universe, and the cosmos was made of some watery substance. And then mythologies change. In the Enlightenment and Industrial Age, everything had this metaphor of the machine. Man is a machine, an engine. The universe is also an engine that's sort of working as best as they can. Today we have, and then of course with the computer age, suddenly people started relating the computer metaphor. Our minds are computers and it's coded, all that. Now we seem to be going in some sort of digital mythology, and that's how we speak a language to each other. But a simulation, as some have said, we say simulation, we'd rather say like a simulation. We know what we're seeing is not totally real. Our minds kind of decipher things. It's like a desktop system, and there is something behind the veil. Again, science has supported this. Individuals like Donald Hoffman have done an excellent job showing us that time and space are not fundamental. And here we are again. The Gnostics, in a way, were right.
Now, even within the Gnostic belief system, there is supposed to be a creator of this entire system, a programmer, if you will. Is that right?
Yeah, in Gnostic systems, again, it depended, but you have sort of like you might say, undivided unconscious, and for some reason, as this supreme consciousness, the one, the monad, the invisible spirit is getting to know itself, very much like in Hinduism, you've got Shiva, so it comes aware and he's trying to understand who he is, and you've got Prakriti or Shakti becomes this other, this divine other that basically is telling Shiva who he is, and it's the same way in a lot of Gnostic systems. Consciousness becomes aware, creates this female counterpart, often called Bar Below, and goes like, who am I? And As soon as you say, "Who am I?" there's a split, right?